Hey, you're just in time. Would you like to review ARC's history with us? Hitsuki and Al seemed curious, so I was showing them a few documents.
We were basically digging through records on the sly up to this point. But now that everything's laid out in front of me, it's like, what was all that hard work for?
There was a time when ARC's concealed its history, but we've been completely open since our restructure. There's nothing here worth hiding, really.
Hey, Sierra, about this Shion person.
Wow, Al! Found your way to that record? Quite the info connoisseur, aren't you?
Who was Shion?
This may be a little hard to imagine, but Shion was an observer of our universe. She kept logs of its history, like a librarian. She was a pacifist, someone with full knowledge of the universe's history.
So, Pacifist know everything?
Pacifist, Al. She knew all, but that was the extent of her powers. She was inept at interpreting the emotions of others, and decided to reach out to the people who were alive at the time. Photoners.
Photoners. The people who controlled this universe way back when?
The very same. Shion taught them how to manipulate photons, and that in turn drove the Photoners' development. But they went a little too far, and ended up creating the profound darkness, which gave birth to Falspawn.
Before creating the profound darkness, the Photoners did other stuff, right? Like make Shion do things for them?
Yep, you sure know your stuff. The profound darkness was the end result of all that fiddling around. The Photoners tried and failed many times to create a copy of Shion. Their final greatest failure gave birth to the profound darkness.
So Shion was amazing, and the Photoners were bad. But none of them are around anymore?
That's the rough gist of it, if we set aside everything they did to develop their society. Rough, but not incorrect. Also, I'm the daughter of Xiao, who's the son of the great Shion. In other words, you could say I'm Shion's granddaughter.
You're the granddaughter of such a great person? Then, does that make you a great person too, Sierra?
No question about it. I'm downright amazing. Go on, let the compliments flow.
Oh, nah. I mean, actually, yeah. One of the things Mother wanted us to find out was the location of the Photoners. But why?
I wonder if she was looking into the origin of ARCs rather than its history. Or is she after something else, perhaps?
At this point, it's impossible to say. Hello. Bye-bye.
Hello! Goodbye!
I've met so many people. And they all looked so happy when they talked to you. I don't know what to say, really. But it's clear. You're seriously amazing. Yes, you are. Well, at the very least, you are to me. See? Getting that reception wherever you go sure must be nice. I pretty much did what I wanted at school. My teachers liked me, but I never really fit in with my peers. I always acted like Corey was the only person who mattered, which kept the other students at bay even more. So, I'm a little jealous of how everyone treats you. That's all. Man, listen to me. I'm in another world and I'm getting cold feet? That's not like me at all.
You're great too, sis.
Yeah?
You saved me. That makes you just as great in my book.
Thanks, Al.
I've finally finished sorting through all that intel dump. Now then, let's dive right in, shall we? We're going to gloss over the more intricate details for now, but I've compiled most of the more important stuff together. Now that I've got everything sorted out, go ahead, ask away. I'll answer any questions you might have. Accessing the Ark ship from Earth was a small-scale operation, but amazingly enough, it happened 12 years ago. Then, as of 2 years ago, it shifted to an investigation where people like Hitsugi started being sent here.
12 years ago. 2016. That's when ether communication technology was established and ESCA made its global debut. And 2 years ago? I can't think of anything major that happened on Earth 2 years ago.
I believe the cause is not on Earth, but here. Both 12 years ago and 2 years ago, there were major incidents here. Do you know what the common factor was between these 2 points in time? That's correct. My analysis indicates that the return of the profound darkness was the trigger here. I believe that Earth knew when the profound darkness would return, and used that information to change their approach. It isn't yet clear how they're related, but based on the information we currently have, that appears to be the case.
But it's still just a theory, huh? I'm sorry. I wish there was more I could tell you.
Oh no, even just a theory is fine. I'm starting to connect the dots one by one and see where they lead. Though there are differences in the way we use them and their composition, ether and photons refer to essentially the same thing. That is why we were able to detect Hitsugi, or the sudden appearance of the enemy forces on the Ark ship. Ether cannot produce as much energy as photons, perhaps due to dimensional discrepancies. However, it excels at constructing information. In essence, they are particles adept at creating shapes or relaying communications. That said, as particles go, they are fundamentally identical. If the same principles apply, that opens up all sorts of possibilities. Sort of like a puzzle coming together. However, that also means they could monitor us in the same way. The other side must be able to use ether the way we use photons. So we need to come up with a countermeasure as soon as we can. You're talking about the Earthling's unique ability to materialize equipment, aren't you? I have an idea where that comes from. In ARC's operative terms, it's like a summoner's abilities, but for Earthlings. Hitsugi, would you mind materializing that sword for me?
Oh, sure. Ame no Habakiri. How's that?
Great! Thank you! As you can see, the photons in the atmosphere responded to Hitsugi's command and came together to form this weapon. While some ARC's ops are able to materialize photons like this, the Earthling's method is a little different. Theirs is more fantastical. Essentially, whatever they visualize takes shape in midair. Only Earthlings used to ether can do it. Since their visualization is directly linked to the materialization, the ability itself is almost certainly more potent. The only bottleneck is that it lacks general utility, and there are very few people who can make use of it. Come to think of it, what did you call that weapon you materialized, Hitsugi? A Mano Hakiri? No, that doesn't sound right.
Close. It's Ame no Habakiri.
Does it mean anything?
Oh,
Oh, I know! It's a weapon that shows up in one of Japan's Izumo myths. The sword used to chop up the 8-headed serpent Yamada no Orochi.
Whoa! How did you know that, Al?
I read that story in your room. There were lots of other books of myths in there too. All sorts of myths.
I do like mythology, but I'd say I also like heroic tales. No matter what actually happens in real life, reading a book about a hero and imagining it for myself, there's nothing else like it. You think that sounds childish, don't you? Go ahead. I guess I'm just as childish as I look then.
Emergency mission alert. Special training for all ARC's ops is underway. Report to the quest counter to join the mission.
In regards to the Mother Core, I'm afraid not even the intelligence. We're basically leaning entirely on Hitsugi's information.
I wish I could help, but I'm afraid I only know a little bit. I've never even heard of the leaders or these disciples or anything. I only joined the Corps because I got an invite from Mother out of the blue to join their members-only social network. At first, I didn't fully trust them, but everything Mother said was spot on. And once I was able to enter PSO2 for myself, I found myself trusting her implicitly. I remember at one point, I thought she knew everything there was to know. The only other members I knew were the student council members from my school. And Corey. In the end, that's the extent of my grasp on Mother Core. I can't speak to anything else. I thought I knew more than I did. I hadn't changed at all. Yet I convinced myself I had. I hadn't gained anything, despite how desperately I believed otherwise.
True. Once you realize how little you actually know, you start to put in the effort to learn. That kind of attitude is much more important.
Hitsugi, is not knowing things really so bad? If it is, I'm the worst one here. I don't know anything about myself or anything that goes on around me.
No.
It's okay, Hitsugi. We've all been there. It's not too late to learn. We can find out together.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I never did tell you why our Ark ship moved near Earth, did I? Originally, I had applied to be stationed here once we'd bonded with Hitsugi and begun making progress on our investigation. Plus, there was a lot we couldn't tell just by analyzing the information we had brought back. And then, just when we learned of the danger the phantasms posed from that information, we were about to investigate further. Then, Error Code Olympia, was it? The one that prompted Hitsugi and Al's forced return? I've confirmed that in that one moment, not only was I prevented from gathering more info, they also tried to delete the info I already had. It was on a completely different level than the fake Avatar investigation. It was an act of aggression perpetrated by Earth against Oracle. As a result, we learned that there is an entity on Earth that is hostile towards Arks, and so we brought the entire Ark ship here. This way, we can still go to Earth even if they try jamming our systems again. And since the Ark ship's own camouflage is flawless, they'll never find us. So we'll be staying at this world for the time being as we continue our investigation. Thanks again for helping me out. This is about those monsters that appear on Earth, the Phantasms. They use ether in the atmosphere to assume monstrous forms and attack others. What's more, they apparently often materialize as things all Earthlings subconsciously fear or inherently dislike. I guess a bad reputation is hard to shake off, no matter which world you go to. And since they're nothing more than ether, they can't even be seen by or affect people without the aptitude for handling it. Nonetheless, if left unchecked, the purity of the ether they're composed of will eventually reach a point where they can affect reality. On a different note, I've even heard rumors of phantasms along those lines, who have been known as angels and demons since ancient times. Interesting though that may be, we really ought to stick to gathering more practical intel. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to complain. At any rate, these phantasm readings have been rising in number recently, and ARCS has been secretly handling them behind the scenes. They're using the info provided by the Intelligence Bureau's collaborator to quickly subjugate them before they become problematic. Incidentally, anti-phantasm combat makes use of special enclosed fields that civilians cannot enter, so you can go nuts when you fight them. Now that we've had a chance to take a look at all this data, our next course of action is... it's their move.
Are you sure we have the luxury of waiting?
The only thing we know for sure is that they're after Al, so our best bet is to get a feel for things while keeping him safe. Our enemies this time around are humans, not Falspawn, so it's best to exercise discretion with our actions. All we can do is wait. Kitsugi, you and Al should probably take care of or look into anything that's still bothering you while you still have the chance. Once things get rolling, I'm not sure you'll have the chance to get around to it again.
I guess I'd better put some thought into it.
You have a brother, don't you, Hitsugi? Shouldn't you get in touch with him while you have a moment to...
Huh? I mean, yeah, I do, but how do you know that?
Oh! Well, I thought you looked like the sort of girl who'd have a brother is all. I guess I was right.
Okay. You're right, though. I should talk with him first, if I can even find a way.
Well, why don't you speak to him directly? That'd be best, right?
Wait, but I thought you just said that we need to sit tight.
That's just standard ARC's procedure. The two of you are guests, though, and I see no reason to order either of you around. Now then, don't worry about us. Go on and talk with your brother. We'll be right here to back you up.
Thank you both. Maybe I will then. Keep an eye out for me, yeah?
Hey, Sierra, I'm coming in. Oh, figured you'd be here.
Sarah, you hardly ever come here. What is it?
I heard our friend was back, so I figured I'd drop by and say hi before meeting up with Claris Craze. I heard you're tangled up in a few things. But you look better than I thought you would.
Huh? Didn't Xiao tell you anything?
He just told me they were back. He didn't go into detail. He's been leaving out more and more info when he contacts me. Wonder if I should cut ties completely. That's what I'd like to know. He's been cooped up in the heart of the mothership doing calculations for what feels like forever. I'm sure he's fine, though. He's pretty much left the ship to you and Sierra, huh?
Speaking of which, got a minute to go over these documents before I submit them to General Affairs?
Sure, no problem. I've got time, so... Oh, one sec. Xiao's calling me. Geez, Xiao. You always call me out of the blue. So, what's up? Nothing? You just wanted to hear my voice? What's wrong with you? Ugh, finish up those calculations and get out of there. I'm just doing my thing. Yep. No worries, I took care of it. Got it. We're not fighting anymore, you know. Okay. Yep, I know. You don't have to check up on every little detail. Everything okay on your end? Listen, I'm not worried about you. But I'm heading over there again, so you better come out this time. All right then. Bye. He just calls whenever he feels like it. Sorry, Sierra. Now, as we were saying... What?
Oh boy, that was, how should I say, simply adorable.
Enough! Get on with it, Sierra. I bet there's a problem with the documents Maria submitted, so bust them out.
As you wish.
And don't you loaf around when there's ARC's business to be done.
I had a feeling you'd call me soon.
Hakito Ani, you've gone too far in materializing such a large-scale phantasm. You're going to blow our cover.
Don't waste your breath on me. Go tell it to my emerald tablet.
What?
It's out of my hands now. It has become the perfect weapon, you see. It no longer requires my control in order to excel. I'm simply here to observe the conflict born of my greatest masterpiece. As its creator, I must revel in its glory. Now go, my emerald tablet. Make your glory known to all who look upon you. Be the herald of my infinite power.
Doesn't look like anyone's ransacked my place. Maybe no one at school knows yet? That's not what I'm here for, though. I gotta go find my brother.
All right, who's running in the hall? Oh, Hitsugi?
Great!
Watch that tone, Missy. I heard you'd be away for a while taking care of student council business. What brings you back?
What? Who told you all of that?
Hori did. Isn't she with you?
She did?
What awful timing, though. Your brother just showed up looking for you, you know. But I told him you were away.
My brother was here?
He was, just moments ago. He asked where you were, so I told him what I just told you.
Okay, don't worry about it. I need to talk to him anyway, so I'll go find him myself.
He said he was heading back to the boys' dorm. You're free to go now, Hitsugi. But no more running in the halls.
Yeah. Thank goodness he's okay. What? That came from the boys' dorm! Oh no! This can't be! That's his room!
Now that was cool. All right. Talk about going out with a bang. I bet that made for a spectacular shot. Anyone who does wrong by Mother gets what's a-comin'. Ain't that right, Hitsugi, baby?
You did this?
Do you even have to ask? You, me, everyone can see the answer plain as day.
My brother! Did you?
Is this auto-interpreter of mine broken? Or are you just a broken record? I know. This should certainly get us the sensational scene I need next. Ready the cameras! That's absolutely right, Hitsugi, baby. I'm Beitor Zelanzi, Brother's Room blower-upper extraordinaire. Your brother is out of here, wiped clean off the face of the earth with a nice old kablooey. A real work of art.
No Habakiri!
Yes, that's it. That is the sort of raw, unbridled anger and remorse you can never really catch on film. You sure about this, though, Hitsugi baby? With a temper like that, you might slip up. I'd watch your step if I were you.
Bob?
No! Cut! Hitsugi baby, that's not gonna do. People are gonna think this whole scene is dull now. You kiddos are supposed to be the stars that really make my movie shine. So, I'm gonna need you to pump up the excitement level here, alright?
Heitor Zelazny. Now I remember. You're that famous Hollywood director who made a name for himself with all his special effects.
Yeah, I have rocked the US of A with my historic successes. I'm the great Heitor Zelazny, disciple of Jupiter. The 411 from Mother said that Japan offered some fantastic shots. So, I flew express straight here. So come on, Hitsugi baby. Give me some moves that inspire. Bring your character to life for me, girl.
Cut the crap already! What film? What character? Did you really kill my brother just to get a shot?
Okay. That's the spirit, baby. But you gotta keep your eyes open, Miss Pink.
What did you...
Okay, come on in. This should give me an even better shot. All actors, stand by. Ready? Action!
Completed!
That was cool! Fantastic! Nothing beats a real-life shot. You can't make this stuff up. Hitsugi, baby, you were wonderful! This is just the sort of shot I'd been dreaming of. If only I'd scouted a better location and better extras for you all. Let's shoot the final cut when I do.
Sorry. I guess I got a little ahead of myself again. Thanks for saving me. I'm fine. But... my brother, he's... it's all my fault, too.